Hello everyone, it's Choomy here. We're going to continue in this video where we left off in the last one, the Lagoon Crater. If you haven't watched that video yet, you can go ahead and watch it, but you can keep on watching this video as well, since the order of the two is only different from a chronological perspective in the build. That video is about the Lagoon Crater, the one that you see here, and it was more of a guide on how to build that, while this video will summarize how the 12-hour build of the Flower Park went down. So if you like the Lagoon Crater already and want to know how you can add it to your park, then go ahead and watch that video first. As I mentioned, the building time of this park was 12 hours, including the Lagoon Crater that you see. The video will show you the following stages of the park build: drawing the petals with the paths of the game, building the plaza and a recreational area of the park within the petals, drawing the outlines of the flower with using light decorations, building the eye of the park, decorating the inside and the outside of the lagoons, and lastly, the enclosures for the dinosaurs. In the first section, I'm showing an easy way to create petals. Use the Path tool in the game to draw straight lines pointing outwards from the center of the build. Once you have these straight pathways, start drawing the petals from the bottom from both sides. Go with a curve that you see is natural and create the pointy ends. Once you're done, feel free to delete the middle path unless you want your petals to look like leaves. After I drew the big outlines of the flower with the paths that were available, I continued to fill the individual petals with structures for the guests. I aimed to create a pathwork within some of the petals and make structures that serve for multiple purposes. Some petals are for peaceful walking or meditating, where the guests can go up in viewing platforms and watch dinosaurs inside further enclosures. Other petals include enclosures and hotels to showcase certain dinosaurs for guests who stay overnight. And others again are with a plaza or food court to get food and drinks. As you can see, I placed down a fountain, put down some tables with sun shields to encourage people to have a stop and eat. When creating these places to buy food, drinks or gifts, I want to make it more symmetrical, make the guests feel they can easily find the things they want to buy. So whenever they want to eat and want to get a table, they just want to know where to find them, and they are just around, no walking is needed, they can get to them very quickly. The next thing that came up during this build was the decorative lights. I wanted to make the flower shine at night and drew the outline with placing lights close to each other in the whole park. I mean it, in the whole park. This exercise took me 3 hours to finish. Not kidding, it was 3 hours. So now you may say it's crazy, and I can confirm, it is crazy. I felt really bored by the end of this sub-process, and I just really wanted to get rid of the computer. It would actually be awesome to know how many lights were placed on the ground in this build. Please let me know in the comments section what your guess is, and if you like this video, check out the channel for further content, and consider subscribing to avoid missing out when there is a new build to watch. Now, in this small section of the park, I will show you how I built this fun Easter egg. This is the eye, which the guests cannot see on ground level. If you just walk around on the path, you cannot see neither the shape of the park you are walking in, nor the fountain that makes the iris and the pupil. The eye is actually only visible if you take one of the zipline attractions and you fly above it. You can actually check it out in our tour video for this park and see what else I hid for the guests there. Up next is one of my mostly awaited additions to the game, the lagoon decorations. I cannot say how hyped I was when this addition got announced. I genuinely was missing that a lot because the game itself has improved so much in the second part if we look at the attractions and decorations, that I just could not believe that they added marine reptiles and buildings to keep them inside, but then they just left it with no options to manipulate or decorate their lagoons anymore. So Frontier Developments, thank you very much for adding lagoon decorations. They are amazing and I am looking forward what you make for lagoons next. Just a wish from my side, you know. I would love to see additions to the game that let the marine reptiles have a rest at some point. They are constantly swimming and it just feels a bit unnatural that they don't sleep. I wish there was a piece of decoration that allowed the reptiles to go and get a rest or sunbathe. I think it would be nice. You can also see me decorating a park in the center of the flower pot lagoon. I meant it to be something the guests could see from the air before they arrive, and to give a nice backdrop to the lagoon feeding shows. Last but not least, I created the habitats for the dinosaurs. As you can see, the fences come up and close down certain sections of the land to keep the dinosaurs in. The other things that I also built parallelly were the attractions. I think those go hand in hand. I generally like building them together or one after another. The attractions were mainly Jurassic tours and Gyrosphere tours in 2 bigger enclosures. The other attractions were the viewing galleries and the viewing platforms, but the real thing is that I don't care too much about these attractions currently, to be honest. I am just so hyped about the zipline attractions that I just can't wait to see how those work out within the park. Although, I was a bit exaggerating when I said I don't care about the other attractions. I actually do. I would like to create a park that has as many beautiful sights as it can have. For the same exact reason, I created a dense forest for the Gyrosphere. I just wanted to hide every dinosaur in this enclosure from the viewers on the outside and give a real hide-and-seek experience on the tour in the forest. I just can't wait to watch it too. So let me just give you a sneak peek before we end the video. If you liked it, please consider subscribing and like the video. I was Choomy, and I thank you for watching. See you in the next one.